M.Ravens, we're back. Apologies if you have seen this makeup a few times this month. As you can probably imagine, life is a little bit busy again now that things are opening up, and your girl's only got one day to do her filming, so we're just gonna have to put up with it. But hey, at least I've got makeup on. How are we all doing? I hope you're having a great February. Welcome to part 3, and probably the most exciting video I want to show you, or certainly for me anyway. And this is part 3 of Fashion February, and we are talking small business. We are talking Mary Wyatt, and we are talking Caitlyn's closet. So I'm going to go in reverse order and talk about the one everyone already knows about, which is Mary Wyatt. Mary Wyatt are a slow fashion brand based in London, North London. I believe they are somewhere near Camden. Haven't seen them yet. I don't know if they've got a physical shop there or not. I'm hoping they do, and that one day I can go and find it. But they are a small single woman owned business, and all their clothing is ethically sourced, ethically dealt with, ethically produced, everything. They do not do many drops, and they have a very heavy black metal look about their designs. There's a lot of spiky lettering, a lot of the types of things you would see on a black metal band cover of an album, and they do a lot of prints on their items. And I know what you're thinking, but Maxie, you don't do prints. I know. So Emily Boo, obviously, and no, I've not copied her hair colour, I promise. It will be changing again shortly. Emily Boo told us about Mary Wyatt and has been an avid fan of theirs. And I was looking at the items throughout 2021 going, they are really nice. I wish they did bigger sizes. And then she announced Mary Wyatt are starting to do bigger sizes. And your girl got excited because in 2022, when she could buy stuff, something had caught her eye. And it is one of their later pieces that they've brought out. I looked at the, if you go and watch Heavy Metal Mama's recent Mary Wyatt video, she did show the Amity dress, which I did look at, and then I thought, girl, you've got a lot of black dresses that kind of have the same look. Please don't buy another one. So I wanted something a bit different, and if I was going to buy from Mary Wyatt, it had to fit my aesthetic. Now, they brought out this dress, and I fell in love with it. It came out just after I had had my sternum tattoo done, and I believe it dropped literally the same time. So it came, sorry, that would have distracted me. It came out and I saw it and went, I need that dress in my wardrobe. I don't know if it's going to suit me. I don't know if it's going to fit me. They go up to a size 5, which I believe is a 4XL. I am a 4XL in Killstar, but it has to be the right fabric, and even then I still have some issues. So I wanted to make sure that it was going to fit. So before I even purchased from them, I had been scouring their website to make sure I could return the item if it was not for me. So I very keenly, on the 2nd of January, purchased 2 items. One, which is coming up shortly, and this. The Underworld smock dress by Kate's Clothing. Heavy Metal Mama, what are you doing to me? Stop it. By Mary Wyatt. I'm so sorry, Mary Wyatt. I didn't mean to get your name wrong. I did not buy this from Kate's Clothing. I bought this from Mary Wyatt. So, as you will probably tell, this has been worn. And, sorry, I've just found cat hair on more items of mine. Why is it? It's only over the white ones that you find. This is the Underworld dress. Now, I love this because of the print. I really like the Mary Wyatt aesthetic. That kind of, like I said, the black metal print, the barbed wire, the cobwebs that they've started doing, their spinny, or is it spinette, I can't quite remember, so apologies, tops. I think Emily has the top with the spider, love that. However, for me, it's not my aesthetic. I am not a print girl. Yes, I own graphic print, but those graphic prints are Killstar t-shirts that I don't wear out of the house, and I mainly wear them, you know, coming out of the shower, before going to bed, slobbing around the house over the weekend. They're not my going out or being seen in public goth aesthetic, which is such a shame, because I know that the Mary Wyatt brand is so well respected, it's so well put together, and nobody has had a single problem with their clothing, which made me a little bit sad till they brought this one out. And the idea of a black print on black piqued my interest. So I sat and watched it and went, you know what, I'm getting money for Christmas, that is going to be one of my first purchases. So as long as they still had it in the size 5, which they did, I was going to get it. This has a bit of a story around its delivery, but let me talk you through the dress first. So it is a ethically sourced full cotton, 100% cotton item. It has a Mary Wyatt label, and it has the size there. I like that they do their sizing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or however they do it on the website. Mainly because when you are plus size, there is a lot of stigma around, oh, if somebody sees my coat, and I'm one of the worst ones for it. I have to size up in like coats and things to get the arm space. So when I wear something, I'm like, oh God, that size, that's a 28. Or when I was at my biggest, I maybe had to buy something in a 30. I always had that stigma in the back of my head of, oh my God, somebody's going to walk past my jacket or my coat at work whilst it's hung on my chair and I've gone to the toilet or I'm in a meeting, and they're going to look at that and they're going to be horrified. And I was horrified. And I lost a load of weight afterwards. Yes, I've gained some back, but I'm nowhere near as big as I was about 10 years ago. So the fact that they just put a simple number and it doesn't equate to anyone who doesn't know the brand, it makes it a lot nicer to be able to go, yeah, okay, so it's a size 5, but I'm wearing it. So the plus points of this dress, like I said, it is 100% cotton. It is of amazing quality. I have heard their clothing is amazing, that the quality is amazing, but you never really know until you check it yourself. You know, there's things that influencers say, and that's not saying I don't trust what Heavy Mutt Mama or Emily Boo or anyone else that I've seen is saying, but I like to know myself. So when I purchased it, of course, I have gone round every seam, every join, every hem. I mean, even their collars internally have an extra piece of material over them to make sure that there's not going to break into holes. It's all double, triple covered, seamed, overlocked. It's done very, very well. The fabric itself is thicker, slightly thicker than a t-shirt material. And when I'm talking t-shirt, I'm talking like a band t-shirt or anything like that. It's a good quality, heavy cotton. It is not see-through particularly, even if I hold it up to the lights there, then yes, it's see-through, but obviously as a double layer it isn't. And a lot of t-shirts these days I find can be see-through even when they say they're not. The Empire line, again, we have this wonderful design that comes down to it. So we have a snake that wraps around some flowers, and we have this wonderful spider. And the reason why I mentioned my sternum tattoo was because I have had a Black Widow tattooed on my sternum, and to have something that I know matches roughly in the same place, not quite the same design but very, very similar, coming down off a spider's web, is to me really cool. It's not a tattoo that I can show off on a regular basis, or even would I want to. You get a glimpse of it if I'm wearing a crop top occasionally, but to have that poison Black Widow spider where mine is. It's just really cool for me. It has a straight, slightly flared piece that comes down, and again it is all hemmed extremely well. I haven't found a single loose thread. I found a couple of, just where the overlock has gone over, there was a couple of bits that, you know, you get that run off, but certainly if I was to, this is a Killstar dress, I probably would have pulled about 4 or 5 threads off it by now. I've not had to pull any. There's no threads poking through the seams, which I also like, and that has been a problem in a few dresses that I've purchased over the years, not just recently, but certainly Killstar. I always find there's a loose thread that's poking through the seam. I've not had that with this. So the story behind it very quickly before I try it on for you. I ordered just the one dress. It was $59.95, I believe. So it's not the cheapest of items, and I ordered single size 5, paid for it, and waited for it to arrive. I have, for anyone who doesn't have the shop app, who purchases a lot of things from various places, I can definitely recommend it. This video is not sponsored by it, but I can definitely recommend it. A friend showed it to me, and you can literally track your packages coming to you and your returns. So if you have something like ASOS where they send you a returns form, then you can actually track that parcel and see when it's been delivered, which is awesome. But I kept a very close eye. I knew that they weren't going to ship it until possibly the 4th of January. I got a notification on the 4th of January because of the bank holiday. I got a notification on the 4th saying, yes, your item's been shipped. And by the Friday, it arrived in my hand. So purchased Sunday, shipped Tuesday, I had it on the Friday. And I was very excited because I was going out on the Saturday and I wanted to wear my Mary Wyatt dress. And I opened the package and it was an utter disappointment. Not for any other reason than they had accidentally sent me the wrong dress, and I was gutted. They'd sent me the smock dress, which is this one. And obviously I'd wanted this one. So I was just like, have to rethink tomorrow's outfit now. But it was okay. I contacted Mary Wyatt through their website. Now, I have had to do contact with various different people before, whether it be Superdrug, ASOS, you know, various different people, any website where it says chat with us now, and you sit there and you're on hold for hours and hours and hours. And I think I messaged them saying, could I speak to you please about my order? And literally within 30 seconds, I think, it said somebody is typing, and within a couple of minutes I got a full response from them. So we had a conversation about it. I said, you sent me the wrong dress by accident. This is the one I ordered. This is my order number. This is the one I received. And I took a picture of my order form next to the dress, completely unopened, and sent it to them on the chat, which was great. They were amazing. They were like, look, no problem at all, this is our fault, please send it back to us, we will refund you your shipping, because it's our fault and not yours, and you're not returning it for any particular reason. Really sorry, as soon as we get it back we will ship you out your next dress. And it was very quick. They sent me the address to send it back to. I said, could I ask one more cheeky question? Oh no, I think I actually lost the chat on the website, and I went to them on Instagram and I said, I'm really sorry, lost the chat, I've just been chatting to you, here's my order number, could I ask you a cheeky question? And they were like, yeah, sure, no problem. I said, the dress I've ordered is, although it's, you know, the same dress with a different pattern, should be roughly the same size. In fact, if anything, the Underworld dress is described as oversized and your other one isn't, so it might be a bit bigger. I am bigger than your size 5. Would you mind awfully if I carefully tried the one I've received on to make sure it fits? Because if not, there's no point sending me the other dress. And they were like, absolutely no problem, just make sure, you know, it's not dirty, it's sent back in the same condition, but please, yes, try it on for size. And I put it on and it fitted, and I was so happy. But when I looked at myself in the mirror, because of the white print here, I didn't feel like me. Excuse me. So I called the Griffin, and he came up and he said, I really like the dress, but if you're not comfortable in it, there's no point keeping it. Bear with me 1 second. Oh, sorry, I had to have some drink. So he said, there's no point keeping it, but yes, it fits, so send it back and get the other one. So yeah, literally a few days later, this dress arrived, and they sent me a little card saying, really sorry for the mix-up, and they sent me a free tote bag as a gift for messing up my order, which was really sweet of them. So it is the Mary Wyatt tote bag. It has the kind of Sacred Heart design on it with a dagger in it, and it's really cool. This fits in my little Disturbia clutch bag that I take out. So when I had to go away at the weekend, and I wore my Mary Wyatt dress, I could literally, you put what I needed in here when I'd used it, so it was like drinks for the journey. Once I'd finished, could fold it up, stick it in my bag, and it was great. So this is going to get a lot of use for, excuse me, for that reason. Now that events and things are back in the world, I can start using my smaller bag now to go to events rather than carrying a very big one. So this is the Underworld dress, and I'm going to go and shut up and go and try it on for you. So this one, I do need to keep the hanger to hand so as I can pop it on for you shortly. This was my very first purchase of a dress, of clothing of 2022 after a year's ban, and I am utterly in love with this piece. There's a little bit of a funny story around ordering, which I will talk you through. But this is a dress by CAITLYN'S Closet, who are only available through Etsy. Now, I saw there's somebody on, who is it I follow? I want to say it's Raven Von Strange on Instagram. I may have got that wrong. If I have, I will put it up something different if I did get it wrong. And she is an avid wearer of CAITLYN'S Closet clothing, and the dresses are beautiful. She is so it is a Scotland based brand in Fife, and again a one woman owned brand, and the person that owns it is actually called Maxi. Yes, you heard it here, her name is Maxi. So you can see where the confusion came when Maxi messaged CAITLYN'S Closet and Maxi replied. So I ended up having a conversation about sizing, and I was thought by accident that somewhere along the line Etsy had got my message confused, or the person that owned the brand had got my message confused, and she'd replied with my name and not her own. You know, it was early January, it was 2nd of January. I don't know how drunk she got the night before for New Year's Eve. But it wasn't actually until probably our 3rd or 4th message backwards and forwards, she went, I think we've got the same name. This message is getting a bit confusing. And I went, that might be it then. So Maxine, or Maxi as she goes by, owns CAITLYN'S Closet, who is actually named after her youngest daughter called Caitlyn. And the brand came about after her daughter was born, and she found her love for sewing, and then onwards her love for designing. So she has been making dresses for 3+ years now, and doing very, very well. Again, they are not cheap. You are paying for a handmade item, and she does designs fairly similar, but but they all have different nuances with them. Some of them have hanky hems, some of them have circle skirts, some of them have, you know, cap sleeve, bardo sleeve, some of them have lace on the top, some of them have lace on the bottom, but she offers them in a range of colours, and she also offers them in a range of tartans. So if you are of Scottish persuasion or descent, you may be able to find the tartan of your heritage or your current name from her store. She does do a beautiful black and white tartan, kind of a dark grey background with the black and white on top, which I am very, very tempted to buy a dress in. I don't know if dark grey tartan will suit me, which is why I haven't gone, yes, I'll get it now. But it's one I'm certainly thinking about, and why not? Let's branch out after all. And she does certain dresses that are only available in certain colours. So she does one, I can't remember the name of it, but it's in a beautiful kind of olive green colour, like a moss green olivey colour. And she does one called the I want to call it the Elsa dress, but it's not that obvious, I don't think. It might be, but it's literally the Disney Frozen blue turquoise colour, and it's really pretty, and she doesn't offer that in anything else, I don't believe. She ranges from black to white to tartan to plain to crushed velvet. She does longer skirts, she does shorter skirts, but a lot of them are that kind of smocked bodice with that kind of smocking elasticated bodice and the circle skirt effect. I have spoken to her since purchasing this one and said, you know, this is a dress I've seen before, and somebody has said the same thing, is that it doesn't stay up on the shoulders very well. So she is now also believed to be offering a tie up across the shoulder so as you can keep the bodice up. I don't have that problem. I quite like the off the shoulder look, and I like it stays up really well around my chest area. So it arrived, and I'm really sorry, Maxie, if you're watching this, which still feels really weird to say. I tried it on and I put it back in the bag, and I've put it inside out. So please ignore all this here. But this arrived tied up with a care instructions card and a CAITLYN'S closet business card, and a thank you note which reads, I just want to thank you for your order, it really means the world to me. Please find care instructions for your dress or dresses on the back of this card. If you have any inquiries, please get in touch. I would love to see any dress pictures you may have, post them to social media and give me a tag at CAITLYN'S closet. So it's CAITLYN'S X closet. I will put links below. So that's a really nice touch. And she has said as soon as I'm ready to put some pictures up, which I'm hoping get some nice weather, pop out to a local wooded area, pair of new rocks, get this done. So I'm just going to turn the bag the right way out very quickly and pop the dress back inside. So it came tied up in this little drawstring bag, not poking out like it is there, which I think is really nice. It keeps the package nice because it's just dropped the card. So the card was separate, so you can actually keep the dress in this bag if you want to. If you were travelling, it's a really great idea. It stops the velvet getting dirty. Where I live with cats, it's going to stop it attracting cat hair, and also it's probably a little bit difficult to put on a hanger because of the shoulder issue. So having this little bag is great. So there's your little bag, and again all handmade by Maxie. Pop that over there. And this is the dress. It is a crushed velvet, and I don't believe it has a back or a front, so it's one of those you can just wear it however you want. I wore it with I believe it has an internal label somewhere, and I always taught labels to the left, so that's how I wear it. But this is the dress. So it is a skater dress. It has this amazing, very stretchy smocked bodice. It has this really pretty lace across the top, which I really love. It has little puffy cap sleeves, and it has very wide arms. So when I got the dress out and I looked at it like this, I thought, please don't tell me I've bought a handmade dress and I'm going to have to ask her to adjust the sleeves because they don't fit and I'm going to have to pay even more for it. But no, these sleeves are really big, which is great. It has an elasticated neckline, so again, being able to wear it bardo, and I think it's that angle, that width, that stops it sitting square if you wanted to on me, but I actually like it on that bardo effect. It has a very wide stretchy waistline and you have all the fabric here. It's just so pretty. It's made of a beautiful soft crushed velvet, and although I'm not a massive crushed velvet fan, as I mentioned in my Killstar video, I prefer that kind of dense thick velvet. I think this dress in the crushed velvet looks absolutely stunning, so I'm not complaining one bit. I did speak to her about her sizing, so obviously she is a small brand. She is doing as much as she can to being as inclusive as possible, but her dress sizes go up to, I believe, an 18-20, which is what I ordered. Now I asked her, you know, these kind of my measurements, would it fit me? And she went, there's always extra in my dresses anyway. It's not a, this isn't going to fit you if you're slightly larger. I want to make my dresses comfortable and wearable. So what I will do for you though is, because you've spoken to me, I'll put an extra inch of fabric in the bottom, which will give you that extra stretch around the belly, which I thought was really lovely of her, and she didn't charge me any extra. So this dress was $59.95 and it is so pretty. I cannot wait to wear this one out. So I will leave Caitlyn's Closet links below. Like I said, she does offer many colours. She does do a beautiful kind of grape coloured, that kind of dark purpley pink fabric. She does a dark blue, a royal blue, various different colours. So if you wanted emerald green, I'm sure she'd get it for you. But yes, this is lovely. I do have my eye on the Freya, which I'm, again, they have names. I believe this is the Sibley Dress, and it has this lovely lace across the top. Is this the Claudia? There's two, there's the Sibley and the Claudia, and one of them has the lace at the top and one of them has a row of lace at the bottom, just quite small lace, which I also have my eye on. I think this is the Claudia, and the Sibley has the lace at the bottom. There's also a very similar dress called the Willow, but that one does not have the elasticated sleeves. It has loose flowy sleeves, so if elastic isn't for you and you like something a bit more floaty, then maybe look at the Willow. Again, all available in, she does section them out between crushed velvet and tartan, but I'm pretty sure you can find very, very similar designs in both fabrics. Please speak to her if you have any questions. She is a lovely, lovely lady. Very easy to talk to, very quick at responding. I mean, I think I was messaging her quite late on the 2nd of January and she was in there with the messaging and the responses. And she, you know, until she knew I was happy, she didn't stop responding. And she's just very, very sweet and very lovely to work to purchase from. So I will be saving up to go back, maybe for the other dress with the lace, maybe going for something completely different and going for the tartan. It won't be a coloured tartan though, it will be the grey and the grey, black and white one, just because again that's the colours I'm more happy in. And it needs to go with whatever colour my hair goes next, which I haven't decided. But all I do know is I'll be able to match my lights to it. So I'm going to shut up. Please go and check out Caitlyn's Closet and I will show you what this one looks like on. So that's the purchases for this week's haul. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you go and check these brands out. There are places out there that will cater for plus size. They will always help you. And I know that Mary Wyatt are continuing to expand, so even if they don't do the larger sizes yet in the items you're after, I'm sure that when they bring out new designs and new styles, those sizes will be there. It's certainly been my experience. As for Caitlyn's closet, as I said, Maxie is absolutely lovely to deal with. I'm sure it's in the name. But she's absolutely wonderful to deal with. Any questions, not a problem. She's straight there with answers, very keen to help and very keen for you to be happy with your purchase. I love the idea of the dust bag that it comes in for travelling. That's going to be amazing. Crushed velvet doesn't crease, so that's an absolute godsend as well. It's an extra added detail that people don't always think about unless you're buying designer, when you get like bags and things that have dust bags, or shoes that have dust bags. It's nice to see that somebody's taking care of clothing that way as well. So I'm going to leave it here for today. I will be back next week, probably with the same hair colour, and we will be talking fashion fails from recent hauls. So I'm leaving it there. You have a great rest of your day, and as always, just do you.